If there is anyone out there who still doubts that America is a place where all things are possible, who still wonders if the dream of our founders is alive in our time, who still questions the power of our democracy, tonight is your answer.
I really have to rein myself in here when talking about this man, because such sophistry.
What's going on, guys?
Just a blithering novice.
We're doing okay. Relax. Everybody's all right.
He's not. He's an Arab.
That out of many, we are one.
He's nothing but an academic theoretician who has no practical, real experience in the world he is talking about.
Well, well, well. It's been 2 years since Barack Obama became the 44th President of the United States of America. He came on the scene promising hope and change, bringing home our troops from Iraq, closing Guantanamo Bay, and a host of other promises. Has he kept his promises of change and hope?
I don't think that he met his resolution for change and hope in his first 2 years. I think that he was met with a lot of resistance.
Obama has done is exactly what he said he was going to do, which, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, wasn't very much.
What is the position of president? There's this idea that the president has all this power to make change. If we're a democracy, it's the people who make the change.
I mean, I don't buy into the argument that this guy's been the most liberal president under the sun. He hasn't. I mean, he's governed center-right when you really look at what's going on with it. But people who are politically immature want to say that he's this incredible political revolutionary, but he's not.
First of all, you can't expect, as was stated earlier, you can't expect any individual to make change in 2 years in a history of ongoing class struggle, basically, and then expect him to come out with all his promises and fulfill his promises.
He never touched any issues that I thought were important, or felt were important. He never really said, he said change, he said hope, but he didn't really elaborate on what that meant a lot of times. So I felt like he has pretty much done what he said as much as he could, much power as he has had. A lot of things his hands are definitely tied and have been tied by the economic crisis, the war we're engaged in, and so I think he's done what he can.
I do think that he brought about change in his first 2 years, letting us know that people of color can get elected to be a president, and it's brought a lot of hope to a lot of young people of color. And I think that if they would give him just the least bit of chance, instead of trying to cut down everything before they know what it's about, he could have done more, even though he did get something done with the health care.
His popularity in Black America is still over 90%. So they're going to tell you that Barack Obama wants to do everything that he can to change the system, but the system won't let him, especially for Black people. Now, for me, this is somewhat of a strange approach to him when you really look at the way he's approaching Black folk in particular. And I'm not saying that Barack Obama doesn't like Black people or does anything to hurt Black people. I think he just generally ignores them. But he can get away with that because they're going to support him no matter what.
It seems the jury's still deliberating under the first 2 years of Obama. Will there be any reason for hope the next two?
How his last 2 years play out? Trying to maintain, I guess, the momentum he already has. Hopefully, I would hope for some more, as radical as he can get, legislation to come through. But we always say the last years are spent getting reelected, right? So he's going to do whatever mainstream stuff can keep him in. People are really upset right now because they feel like his promise wasn't met. So he has to regain that confidence from people. The Tea Party's up and running and it's full steam ahead. So he's finding a way to combat that movement. I guess staying true, sticking to his guns is my advice to him, but it may not get him reelected, so I'm not really sure.
Now, what's going to happen over the next 2 years? I think you're going to see a bigger difference in the House, in the Senate, than you're going to see in the executive branch, in that the Democratic contingency is smaller, but it's more ideologically pure. I personally think that the Democrats across the board, including Barack Obama, need to do exactly what the Republicans have done over the last decade. In 2004, when George Bush was running for re-election, Karl Rove said that he had a plan that would gain him 4 million more votes in the persons of evangelical Christians. And they went out and they really politicked. They campaigned on abortion and gay marriage, being against both of those things. He didn't pick up 4 million votes. He picked up over 8 million. And in fact, black support of George W. Bush picked up by over 3% because black people are so unfailingly religious and conservative in that way. I think what the Democrats and Barack Obama need to do are truly move to the left. And they're going to pick up more minority votes. They're going to pick up more youth votes. They're going to pick up more votes to the left, people who aren't even participating in the process right now. That's the way he won in 2008. That's the way he can win in 2012. That coupled with the fact that the Republicans don't really have a viable candidate for 2012 yet. I mean, who they gonna run? Sarah Palin? Get real.